The channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on so many levels. We are going to play Daggerheart.
Daggerheart.
Woo!
Been a minute since we had enough of our players to play Daggerheart, so let's recap with who are we even? Although I guess we do that every time anyway. But I'm Christiana Ellis, and I am the game master for tonight. Playing tonight, Nobilis as Cutter.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Dove Archambault as Curia.
Hi. We're down here doing hopefully the right thing.
Millie Katie as Sue Spawn.
Wait, did anyone see my siblings?
Jason Banks as Clem Jr.
Oh, hello there, guys. It's good to see you all again.
And Paul Weimer as Basilios.
Underground, but our travels have taken us down and down. We have reached the outskirts of the Ribbit town. I hope they won't greet us with a frown.
Indeed, that is where we last left our heroes. You had been traveling with your companion Reega for some time now, with the idea that she was a guide who knew deeper levels of the cave and was offering to take you to her village of Cuissis de Grenouille. It's a swamp village where everyone presumably only speaks Ribbit. So you've been managing, since one of your party does speak her language, but it's a challenge. And also, I think Dusty is going to be in the background tonight because Lee Burdett, Dusty's player, is not with us tonight. But the party had been on their way to this village and had done a little bit of ooze hunting along the way, just to keep their hunting instincts sharp, I think. But also then, when you rested that night, you all had a mysterious dream where you found yourself sort of slowly sinking into some mud. And even though you all recognized, even within the dream, that this is not something you might normally enjoy, in the dream, it felt right. It felt like the right thing to do. And when you awoke, Reega explained that was a hibernation dream, and it's a type of dream that her people tend to get when the onset of some cold weather is coming soon. She was very interested and surprised that all of you had it. And it's also not really seasonally due for this type of cold weather, but then again, the dreams are one of the ways that they know when it's coming. So even though it wouldn't really be due, the dream is a good indication that it might be going to happen. But in the meantime, though, you're about a day away from the Ribbit village. And if any of you have any business that you would like to have, be getting accomplished along the way, we can deal with that. Otherwise, you're basically just, you're on Reega's turf now. She knows this area. She's just guiding you along.
We'll get there tomorrow. Tomorrow? It's only a day away.
Oh,
Well done. Yeah, well done.
Always approaching, but never arrives. So you're close is the point. And so
Yeah.
I guess I was just going to say, if any of you had something that you would want to have happen before you arrived, we could do that now. Otherwise, we would go ahead and move along to, do a camera wipe to your arrival.
Sounds good to me.
I'm okay with the wipe.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So
Sometimes you need to clean the camera. That's all it is.
yeah. Yes. So as you have been making your way through, let me go through to the our map here on the stream screen. You've been making your way down in elevation for some time, along these cliffs, because you had been coming down from around here and then finding your way down close to the village here. But you had over a couple of times started to see, when you would cross a little bit of a ridge, you would see in the dark expanse below, you would started to see some little little glittery, sparkly lights, which Reega lets you know was the village. And we're not close enough to to see it well yet, but those little glittering lights are the village. But certainly as you get lower and you get closer, the lights given off by the village's own illumination are more clear. And eventually you realize that now, as your eyes kind of start to adjust, she has encouraged you to start, lowering your use of things like, torches and other, forms of light, just to try to help your eyes adjust, because typically, although they have light in the village, it's generally speaking a lower level of light than you might all be typically used to, some of you.
So my magic torch goes away.
Well, or yeah, so I think, it's like they say, try to get used to less, but there is light there. It's just trying to adjust your eyes to dimmer light. But as you reach, one last sort of, brief upward slope, you're crossing a ridge, and then certainly out before you is a large expanse of what initially seems like it might just be an enormous underwater lake. But you also recognize that this lake has a very sort of textured surface, and that's because it is in fact like a swamp as opposed to just a lake. So there is actually a lot of growth, tall like grasses and lily pads and algae and large mushroom trees and that sort of thing growing across most of it. And, a lot of that tends to be more dense around the edges, but a lot of it is out in the center too. But certainly the most striking feature is that deep within like one little sort of sheltered area of this swamp lake, you see the lit up swamp village of Cuisis de Grenouille, which is a lot of construction of various huts that are up on stilts with walkways and boardwalks above the water level. And each of those has their own little sort of glowing lights, and several of them have chains of what look kind of like paper lanterns strung between them. And it's really quite beautiful. One of the things, though, that you notice is that there seems at the moment to be a lot of activity. The village itself is in kind of a little bit of a rough ring shape around, an open area. And it's up against the wall on one side, the wall of the cavern. And you see that there seems to be a lot of commotion and activity around that central area. And you're not quite close enough to see clearly what it is, but Reega looks a little bit concerned and kind of without wanting to like stop and explain, you're now close enough that she's basically just urging you to let's just hurry and go. And go see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Kyria
Right.
is rushing as fast as she can without, falling into the water.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put us on the new map here.
Oh boy.
And I've got you on kind of about midway down on the left side, your little tokens there. And so what you're seeing all the way along here is, of course, the village itself and all the sort of lighting that I described. And lots of, all of these little tokens here are just like villagers, all ribbit villagers. And you see that there is a lot of almost like boiling, churning of this water in the center, and you see around the edges that a lot of this commotion you saw are the Ribbit villagers are very determinedly attempting to kill and remove hundreds and hundreds of little red fish that are swarming all over this lake. And you can see that they've got like stacked up like piles of these dead fish that they've killed and pulled out of the water. But there's just so many more, and they seem like they are determined to get as many as they can, but they look exhausted. And Reega is, alarmed and runs forward to meet and speak with one of, someone she seems to know. So she is presumably finding out more details about what's going on. But what you can see, as I mentioned, is the villagers seem very concerned that these fish are here and are trying to get them out, but there's so many. They're not making much headway.
Golden Nuggets, I think we have something we can help with.
Killing fish, killing
Yeah.
swarming bad fish. I didn't expect this,
I
but
mean, maybe this is just their like annual harvest, and this is what they're going to eat for the next however long.
they seem a little agitated.
Would anyone like to try to make a roll to try to understand a bit more
Yes.
what might be happening here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So good. Who would like to make a roll, and what role would you like to make?
Knowledge.
Sure.
And been hoping add my huntress
Oh, that might
Aye.
work.
All right.
to
Yep.
because is this a hunt? Is this a siege?
Mhm.
26 with fear.
That's pretty good. And it turns out we're actually at maximum fear already. But but what 26 gets you is your keen insight and sharp senses allow you to see that the center under the surface, the center of this big open area, seems to have what looks like a large number of sealed containers that are getting torn up and like breached by these fish. And what's pouring out seems to be preserved food stuff that the fish are determinedly eating. And looking around, you see that almost any kind of actual plant life that might normally be in the water in this area has been devoured. These fish are eating everything. And it looks like under the water in the center here is a large store of preserved food that is getting eaten as you watch.
Right.
So they're eating them out of house and home, quite literally.
That does seem to be the situation. And mechanically, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, we've got this D8 that I've got on the map here represents a countdown. And I'll say that right now, mechanically, each of these, I've got 9 of these little icons of fish that represents kind of like a swarm. It's abstracted a little bit that there are really just thousands of these fish throughout the water. But for each of these icons, every 5 of them that is allowed to spend its action eating will decrease the 8 by 1. And if it gets to 0, that is all of their food supply.
All right.
They're eating the food, the
Yeah.
stored food of the ribbits.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm going
I
to go
would
ahead
think-
and spend a fear and lower that countdown by 1
Yep.
right now.
You know, guys,
I think we need
I-
to jump into action.
One
No.
other thing that I'll mention that I hadn't and should have in that initial assessment is that up at the north end of the map here, you see that the cavern wall has a somewhat familiar by now new looking tunnel that the ribbits are attempting to barricade because it is partly into the water. and they're working really hard to maintain this barricade, but it looks like it's being perhaps eaten at from the other side. And so there is also going to be a 4 count countdown for that, which is to say, right now, as as things stand, it's 4 rounds away from failure. But if someone were to help them in some way, that could be extended, perhaps. So,
Ren,
Well,
Golden
Ren,
Nuggets, what would you like to
Go
do?
help with the barrier.
Cutter
Mm-hmm.
rubs his hands together because I have never seen a bigger wad of incompetence when it comes to carpentry. Here, come here. And he just
Oh, that
trots
works.
over in that direction.
Okay.
Um, now he can move 30 feet without having to roll,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so he does want to get there quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and make an agility roll
Yep.
to try to get there quicker. I'm not sure what the difficulty is.
I think just running along these boardwalks, I'll go ahead and just say a 10 is fine for
Okay.
managing to get there on this go.
That's
Look,
an 11.
11 with hope. So go ahead and take your hope. And you are able to go ahead and get up there for this round. Just as a note,
Okay.
anyone who wants to try to move through this central water area, like trying to wade through it, is going to have to make an agility roll of 10 to successfully move in the normal way. Otherwise, you have risk of just moving slower or potentially even falling in and submerging. All right, so you're running up to help with the barricade. What do you do as you're running up there to help? What's your initial move?
I mean, the roll was to run. He's going to be looking around for supplies in terms of nails, rope, wood, what have you, to kind of scoop up as he's going
Yeah.
to help with that.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely have other like barricade materials there. It looks like they don't use a lot of metal in their carpentry. They
So-
have a lot of what looks like stone and shell tools. And they their construction here, it tends to be more like the wooden peg mode rather than
Okay.
metal nails. And you imagine that it's possible that something being constantly half submerged in swamp water has to
Sure.
do with that. But yeah, so you can start gathering that stuff up for another upcoming roll. But so let's how about everybody else? What's everybody else doing?
So Kiria's going to move to here
Mm-hmm.
and gonna go ahead and start shooting at the fish. I think go for this first closest fish
Okay.
bunch here.
Shooting
And
fish in a barrel. Wait, no, we're not supposed to shoot the barrel.
18.
18 is definitely a hit. These things are not like. It's clear to you that although the danger that these fish represent is to the food supply, they don't look dangerous to you. Like obviously, if you threw yourself in there covered with lacerations, you might have a problem. But generally speaking, they're just little fish. They're like piranha, right? Like if you're not in the water all bloody with them, it's probably fine. But just to illustrate that they're not a high difficulty. So that is a success. I will take the fear.
Yep. And then
But go ahead and roll your damage.
spend a stress to give me more dice. So 16 damage.
Okay. Where is my... There we go. 16 damage is enough to do 3 hit points worth of damage to that one. which does cut that swarm in half. Which I'm going to put a little red dot on them to indicate that. What that also means is if that swarm is trying to eat the food, it only can eat half as much.
And since that was severe damage, that would be one stress towards them as well because
Okay.
of the feature.
It's interesting. The little stat block I've got for them does have 2 stress, but they don't actually have anything that they can do with stress. However, they do still become vulnerable if you make them run out of stress.
Yeah.
All right. So that was an attack with fear, and so I'm going to say right now, this cluster of fish is going to. Yeah, I think, you know what, I think that cluster does, have an indication that there's something going on over here. So they are starting to swim over this way. They have as a defense mechanism, so to speak. But I think that they're not able to really attack you on while you're up on the dock. However, right now that leaves 8 more that are able to eat this round. And I know I said 5 of them eating would lower it by 1, but I'll also only lower it by 1 per round.
Okay.
We need area of attack stuff. Don't you have like a rain of blades?
Yeah, we already had that loaded up.
Good.
So
I think you should do it.
yeah, I'm basically going to shadow step so that I can get I want to try to be able to get as many groups as I can, honestly. Okay. So I'm think with the way they're spaced, I can only get like 2 at most because it's very close range.
They're pretty spread out. So you would be able to get the 3 closest to you. From
and there. Then use my bodyguard experience because I'm trying to protect and guard things.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, and rain of blades.
So I think from where you are right there, where you're actually sort of you've gotten a position where you're able to be standing on top of these submerged containers.
Okay.
From right there, but you can target your rain of blades.
All right, so spend my hope. Add the bodyguard and roll.
All right. Nice. So 22
so
is
22 with fear.
Another success. I'm going to have to start spending some fear here because
oh no.
I'm maxed out. So you're getting all of these free rolls with fear. I guess it still gives me the spotlight, but go ahead and roll your damage.
Take off the sneak attack.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll. 16 damage.
Okay, 16 is enough to do 3 hit points on each of these.
Okay. And if they become vulnerable, I get extra. If they're vulnerable, I get extra, but they're not yet.
They're not, but each of those is now reduced by half, which just means like they do half damage compared to what they would at full.
Yeah. And if it means that others realize that, wait, something went over here and comes towards me, I get to do it again.
For the mental picture here, too, I also want to emphasize all of these different ribbits that are around here are also helping. They're not just watching you.
Oh, yeah.
But there's fish all over, and it's just they're struggling because they can really only get like 1 at a time. And they're working really hard, but it's just there's just too many to do it that way. So that's why they need folks like y'all to be able to do it a little faster. Okay, so I think, though, that these 3 are going to swim up and see if they can't attack Sue there.
Yep.
Ooh.
I lost my page. There we go. That's why I make a note of what page number I wanted. All right. Their attack is a measly -3. but there's 3 of them attacking you. So that first one is a 15.
That hits.
And then a 10.
No.
And another 15. So,
all right, so 2 hits.
Ow.
I'll take 1 on
yeah.
Well,
hit point and 1 on armor.
that's just to hit, not damage.
Oh,
Correct.
right.
Yeah, so I haven't told
right.
you the
Never
damage
mind.
yet. No worries.
Forgot that. So 2 hits.
So the first one is doing 2 damage, and then the second one is doing 3. So that is 2 different attacks, one that does 2 and one that does 3, and not
so both
5
are
total.
minor damage. So I'll just take the 2 hit points.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and so it is now this go around again, and the others are eating, but I already kind of lowered the countdown for this round, so we're leaving it. The other thing that I think you'll have real front and center experience of, both Curia and Sue, is that these fish stink. They smell bad. Like they have, it's sort of a fishy smell, but it's just really, really powerful. And you just imagine, and you kind of look around and you see that the ribbit have all not only just been killing them, but trying to pull them out of the water too. All right. So the others are continuing to eat here, though, in the meantime. So who else would like to make a move here?
I will.
Okay.
Unless you really want to. Go
We
ahead.
could say Dusty is up there listening to Reega talk with the this other ribbit, because he can pass on what they're saying later.
Well, I was going to try to get their attention and bring them all in here closer to me instead of so spread out, so we don't have to travel as far. So Clem will, where's mine? There we go. Clem will go up to here and use, and as he's going up there, he'll be holding his religious symbol and the one he got from our dearly departed slime friend, and says, "By the wisdom of Master Splinter," and I will use a prayer dice to gain 1 hope, so that way I can use my ability Bold Presence to try and taunt the fishies.
I love that. Okay.
And you will see Clem raise his hammer up and say, "Here, fishy, fishy, fishy." And he will hit his use the back of his hammer to make his hand bleed a little bit and put it in the water.
Okay.
See, I was thinking you could take some bread out of your provisions and crumble it up, and then it'd have a miracle of loaves and fishes.
Oh no!
Does your bold presence, let's see, does it have like a specific range or anything like that?
No, it just allows me to add my strength to making a presence roll.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, let's have you make that presence roll, and then just depending. So let me say, as a difficulty, I think that if you get a 15 or higher, you'll draw 3 of these swarms to you. And if you get a 20 or higher, you will draw all of them.
Okay. Well, being able to spend that hope to add my strength gives me a +6, so that's not bad.
Nice.
Here we go.
Look at that.
23 with hope.
With hope. Excellent. So right now, tell me the magic here, or just your own presence. Like, what does it look like that is your here fishy? Like, what is the way this would look in the TV show to indicate how you are actually drawing all of these fish's attention, given that many of them right now are kind of already mindlessly frenzy eating actual food?
Oh, you know what? At first Clem thinks like, all right, I'll try my own blood. And he splash around and it doesn't work. And he's like, oh yeah. And he reaches into his shell and he pulls out some leftover pizza
Ah.
From when we had our pizza on our travels down here, and he's like, maybe this will work. And he will use that to draw them in with the leftover pizza
Nice.
because
So-
it was quite delicious. And we
So-
know leftover pizza is better the next day.
Yeah. So I think we suddenly have like this very rapid fire montage of all of these fish that we're feeding just suddenly going, turning their heads and like looking in your direction. So it's not their turn right now, but I think you've got their attention now. You are also in the water, so.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah.
As you waded into the water, please do go ahead and make an agility roll for me as well here. If you get above 10, it's fine.
Ooh,
All right.
11 with fear.
Yeah, so you're still okay, but I think there's maybe a moment where you start to take a step and you're like, oh, way deeper right there.
Yeah. Clem's like, ooh, reminds me of that movie Tremors.
Oh gosh.
Great.
It's a movie.
All right. So Basilius, I don't think you've had an action yet.
I have not, but I'm going to I can only say it for one action, but I think my best move here is to try to fly. So I am going to make a spellcast roll difficulty 15 to see if I can get up into the air.
All right.
That is a 19 with fear.
Okay.
So now, as it says, I get one agility token on the board. If I take an action roll, which means I think I can move as much as I want, but if I take an action roll, I must descend to the ground directly beneath me. But now I am up in the air and I am going to fly in the direction of fishes.
Okay.
He can fly? He can fly.
I can fly.
He flies now?
He flies now.
Yeah.
Did we
All right.
gain
Great.
a level when I was out?
Maybe.
Oh,
I think everyone. Oh, it has been a minute for you. I think, hasn't
Yeah.
it? So, I
Yeah.
think everyone's level 4.
Four.
now?
We're
Yeah.
four.
Yeah,
Alright.
level 4.
I'll take a look in the meantime.
All right.
Oh, okay. I am 4. Never mind.
Okay. Good. Because I think you got level 4 when you beat the Papydra.
yes.
So, in any case, all right. So where are you? You're flying now because you fly now.
Yep.
So is the idea to just kind of put yourself in position for when these things maybe start moving towards Clem? Is that the
Right,
idea?
and then breathe on them. Yep, that is my
Okay.
plan.
All right then. So, Cutter, would you like to make your first attempt to help the? I'm actually. What?
Gotta point out that was a roll with fear.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm also already at 12. Oh, but yeah, it does mean that it's my
Spotlight.
kind of
It's
spotlight.
your turn.
I'm going to lower the barricade countdown by 1. I think because
Oh, boy.
I'm kind of maxed out on fear, and I've got critters here that don't really use it in the normal way. I'm gonna be potentially using it to lower these countdowns like that. But yeah, so I think so what that is the fish on the other side of the barricade attacking it, basically. And the other, you know what? The other piece that I need to just remember here is in Dungeons and Dragons, it's common when you have many mobs of the same creature type, it's common to have them all act on the same initiative. Right?
Right.
But this game doesn't work like that. If it's my spotlight, that does not mean I'm able to have all of the fish all attack at once. That is what was throwing me in my own preparations here. I came up with this idea is like how, a certain number of them get to eat the fish and that will bring it down. But then I was thinking if I get a spotlight and they all eat, then it's just going to count down too fast. So just explaining my own confusion about the rules briefly. But yes, so that spotlight is used by the fish that are still attacking the barricade. So now the spotlight has returned to the party.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will run up. I mean, if I can move 30 feet and get to the barricade and start helping,
Yeah.
then I will do that. I think it is now. As I understand it, um, uh, um, experience can be used after you've made the roll, right?
I think so. I mean, I think typically
Yeah.
we've been calling it before,
Yeah.
but
Right.
I guess I don't necessarily oppose to. You still have to spend the hope
Okay.
for it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
So, so yeah, I'm going to. I think it would be a finesse roll,
yeah.
right?
Well,
I
describe
think.
it, what it is that you're doing to help.
Well, actually, um, uh, if I can make a strength roll because I've scooped up this tremendous load of construction materials,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just kind of like dumping them out so that the folks working on the barricade have got the
Mm-hmm.
materials to hand. I would like to make a strength roll.
Yeah, so I think if carrying heavy stuff, or even like if you were just like
Mhm.
using your bulk to sort of hold the existing barricade in place so that it could be resecured, like those would both be
Yeah, so
reasonable strength
I,
rolls,
I've
I
I've
think.
carried here's what's happened. I've pulled this tremendous log up out of one of the piers here that's
Mm-hmm.
it's like been supporting that, and it's like it was important there. It's more important over here. So I've just hauled this thing out and putting it up against the barricade to help to buttress it. Um, so
All
that is
right.
a 22 with
To
fear.
fear.
Okay, 22 with fear. Yeah, that's definitely a success. So I'm going to tick the barricade countdown clock back up one. Um,
Hmm.
all right, but it is my spotlight now, and so um, I think we're gonna have some of these fish start to make their way towards Clem. I'm going to spend 2 more fear to move 2 more of them.
Can't complain about what you ask for.
Yeah. You know what? Might as well do a few more actually. Now that I think about it, why not stop letting you guys have free fear rolls?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
We have a really bad habit of starting sessions rolling nothing but fear.
You guys have had a couple of help
Yeah.
rolls, but yeah, more than it's averaging fear higher, but yeah. But in any case, okay, so yeah, some of them are headed your way. So I think some of them are probably close to your lightning breath range, Basilios.
That 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 if everybody else is okay with that is what I would like to do. I would like to
Yes.
shock the fishies.
Mhm.
All right, that's okay. I will spend hope to make this channel. Oh no, I need that
Bless
for
you.
Bless you.
elementalist, so I will use the action a little more there. And we are going to
You should probably jump soon.
what's that?
But
You
he's
hear Clem
flying.
yell,
I'm flying.
No, me.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
yes,
yeah.
you.
Oh.
yes.
You hear Clem say, you should probably jump soon.
Mm,
Okay, and here comes the lightning breath. That is
okay.
a 23 with fear.
Doof.
Okay. So I think the 23 is certainly good enough for a success. Um,
Oh, my damage was intensely terrible. Oh,
wow, yeah,
three,
Oh.
yeah,
three.
that's
That's
pretty
about my
low.
minimum.
Yeah, that's only enough to do 1 damage to each.
And
But
I descend to this position in the water where
okay.
I
I would say both Clem and Sue, who Sue's standing on these containers, so not like fully, like up above her head, but feet in the water, and Clem's in the water. And I think you feel a little bit of a tingle in your feet when that happens, and you think if you're closer, maybe that lightning breath into the water surface would be more of a problem. but it doesn't electrocute everyone in the water or anything.
No, I'm not gonna shoot that anywhere near my comrades.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that kind of helped my ankle
But
pain.
it's also electricity and water.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
Yeah,
brackish
it does
water too, which
dissipate.
is
Oh,
conductive. Not that most water isn't, but just like the more stuff in it actually tends to make it more conductive. Just a little bit of
Yeah.
physics, if y'all didn't know that. Anyway, I guess it's chemistry, but then it's all physics, really. Anyway,
All science is physics when you get
It's
right
all
down to
math.
it.
It's all math at some level.
uh-huh.
yeah. Okay, so go. Who would like to act next?
I'll go ahead and shoot again at the one at the group I already taunted. 21 with fear.
Okay.
Wow.
I guess I didn't do my action after that
Yeah.
previous one.
Oh,
with
yeah,
you, but
that's
that's
right.
okay. That's okay. I'll just do two. After your roll here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't worry about it. We rolled with fear again.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Okay.
16 again.
Well,
Wow.
that is enough to
Wow.
finish off that that little cluster, that little swarm.
Good. Okay.
All right. So yeah, I think now I think Clem, you're gonna get a couple of these guys taking you up on your offer. I'm gonna
Your offer
spend.
is acceptable.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the fear to do 3 of them.
You know, guys, I think these might make some very good stinky sushi.
They do smell pretty bad. But bad is relative, I guess, right? Like stinky cheese. So that first attack's just going to be a 2. Probably you're okay. And then a 3. And then a 4.
Wow.
All
I'm
right.
in my
So
net.
yeah, I think they're having a hard time getting through your shell. You're
Clem
holding
says-
the pizza out of reach. He's saying, You want it? You want it?
No
Yeah,
pizza for
Clem
you.
says, I'm more agile than I look when I'm in the water.
That actually really does make sense.
Yeah.
Ah.
He was a sea turtle all along, and we didn't know it.
All right.
But yeah.
I just recently rewatched Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, so you had Crush, the bodacious surfer. Sea turtle.
The one who I've heard gets high off a jellyfish.
No,
I
Not in the
mean,
movies.
I've heard that's one of the reasons why they're at the jelly fields.
okay. Well, that's not in the movie though.
Yeah, not stated at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. Clem, would you like to take advantage of these fish clustering around you right now?
I would actually. And Clem is going to give a big old swing of his hammer here. And he's going to try. Actually, no, Clem is going to actually try to use his. I haven't done this in a while. He's going to wield his hammer. He's going to again hold his religious symbol and say, "They have fallen for the trap. So with the cunning of Donatello and the wrath of Raphael, I will might be." And we'll use his divine his spiritual weapon to make the attack roll and have it bounce and hit another one. So
All right.
with my hammer, 2. That is a 14 with hope.
14 is a success. These things only have a difficulty of 10.
Nice. And so that
Finally, a roll with hope.
Yeah.
I know, right? And
Yeah.
I'll mark the stress to have it hit that additional target
Gotcha.
with the same attack roll and damage is 20 points of damage to both of them.
Nice.
Nice. So
All
that's going to be
right.
3 hit points to each. Do you have a preference which 2 of these 3 that are around you want to be doing?
Oh no.
Well, how about
Those,
those 2 that are above you then?
yeah, the two they're closest together.
All right, and that puts both of them at half strength.
And Clem just looks at them and says, "See, I told Buzz cheese was good pizza."
Okay, who's next?
All right. I will just stay where I am and do another Rain of Blades.
All right.
So spend 1 hope for the spell. And spend a hope for the bodyguard. $17 with fear.
Okay. Certainly a success still. I'll take the fear.
All right. And 15 damage to all 3.
Okay, that's going to finish off all 3 of those.
All right.
What I will note though is that you see as they are, killed and now just floating in the water, that their bodies, their pierced bodies are giving off some kind of an oil that's you can see is creating like a little bit of a slick on the water surface. Okay. I'll also just say at this point, Dusty is yelling over, primary to Basilius because he's closest, but kind of to whoever would hear. And he says, you're doing the right thing. We need to kill the fish first, but they're also worried that the smell is going to attract things that would normally eat them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I think that was everybody had around there, right? Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear and take down their food one. But you're making some good progress, though.
I was gonna say Sue rolled fear, so
Yeah. So I
she
used
did
my
the
spotlight to
takedown.
do it. Yeah, since we kind of got around down. Okay. So, but yes, it is now party spotlight again.
Okay. Now our barricade countdown is at 4.
Yeah. I think that let's. I think that. Gosh, I was imagining it might take longer for y'all to get over there, and it would be further down. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I think what it just means is that with your help, getting it back up to 4. You think it's possible that they could start attacking it again, but it actually seems secure for now. So you could do something else if you felt like you needed to.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm actually going to wait and wait here to see if you spend more fear on that barricade.
Okay.
And let the rest of the party, because they're doing pretty well.
Sure.
And the way the action economy works, if I just stand ready, I'm not actually causing a
well, we can
problem.
maybe we could sort of leave it as like your presence there is
All right.
in case
All
if
right.
it weakens again.
Right. And so what I'm going to do, I'm sure now nobody understands. I imagine that very few of the rivets understand my language. But I'm going to take the opportunity to complain about their shoddy workmanship.
Go ahead and make a presence roll to see how understood you are.
Yeah, and with your permission, I'm going to activate my experience, learned politeness from an ass.
All right.
And that's a 12 with hope.
I think they get the gist of it, and they are. I think that there's a little bit of a. Are we really arguing about this right now? They're kind of gesturing around as though to say, we had to do this in a hurry, you know. This is a brand new tunnel. This barricade has been built in the last 3 minutes.
Oh boy.
Anyway, yes. So you are there, able to continue to assist if and when it begins
the
to get
need
attacked
arises,
again.
yes.
Yeah. All right.
So that was with hope. So
Well, so it was a party spotlight, yeah, and so that role was yeah. So the party still has spotlight.
I'll go ahead and shoot at the sun damaged one nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I
15.
finally rolled with hope. Yay. Okay. And then I'm not going to use the stress because that's getting a bit stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So still
Okay.
16 damage.
All right.
Nice.
Great.
Okay.
They're all
And
starting to make some headway here.
That me who
That's my
hasn't done
turn.
diddly. I'm gonna try again then.
Mhm.
Because hope springs eternal. I'm standing in the water though, so if I actually use lightning breath, I might electrocute myself.
I think we can maybe have you make a roll to sort of determine the relative effect of that.
I'm gonna do something else. I mean, I am not as sadly not as combat oriented as I'd like in life. I just don't have any juice. So I'm gonna throw my boomerang at the nearest one. Which
All right.
sounds pathetic, but here we are. I really need better combat spells, but I think I have the wrong domains for it.
Okay.
So
That's a
is
crit.
Oh, well, it looks
That's a
like it
crit.
was 2 rolls. Was that by accident
Oh.
or?
That was by accident.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, so I think the crit technically was the second
the-
one that wouldn't
yes,
have
yeah,
counted.
no, I did
However,
not
still
correct.
very much
the
a
first
success with
one was
hope.
hope.
Yes.
Yep.
Darn.
Is this a
13
magic boomerang that sort of automatically
My-
returns to you?
My enchanted boomerang, yes, has a
Yes,
far
alright.
range.
Okay, so that's going to do another 3 damage to that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't take it out, but it certainly acts at half
No.
strength now.
All right. Well, that's it. I'm not going to try to move in this. Let the fish come to me if they want.
Okay. All right, but you rolled with hope, so still the party spotlight.
Clem is going to take another swing at these. He'll mark another stress and take a swing at these fishies.
Great.
Dun, dun, dun. Oof. That is a 9 with fear.
Oof.
So that's a failure with fear.
Indeed.
I think that the irony is that by thinning them out before, you actually sort of made it so it's not quite so trivial to just swing through the swarm and definitely hit some. So you kind of just you're making a lot of splash. Your kid playing splashing in the bathtub, but it's not not actually getting any of them.
It's hard to play whack-a-mole in a kiddie pool.
Yeah. And so I think that you and everyone now is definitely smelling these fish, and it's just getting more intense with the more of them that get killed. And I'm going to go ahead and spend this fear now to have you all start hearing in the distance a strange sort of like sound. Is that coming across on the audio at all?
Yeah.
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 Oh no.
So it sounds vaguely like an insect drone, except big.
Big. Oh boy.
Yeah. Definitely you see the ribbits all around you also hear it and look up in terror. and some of them actually start getting out of the water and like fleeing into the huts.
Yeah, fair.
But nothing has appeared yet beyond the sound, so return the spotlight to you all.
Do?
Oh, I would need more hope to do the spell again, so I'm going to mark a stress and shadow step so that I'm at least in like
Melee.
melee.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go with my chef's knife.
Using a chef's knife to cut up a bunch of fish.
La
21
la
with fear.
All right.
And 16 damage.
All right. Well,
so that should take that one out.
It will. It does. You know, whoop, like gesturing and knocking things over on my desk. That's how exciting that was. But yeah, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh with the knife. And I imagine if you were near a proper cutting board, we would see all of the fish lining in neatly sliced up rolls like a sushi roll.
I love
With the expertise of your knife preparation. However, because you're just out in the middle of the water, it just goes boom, 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 back into the water. But you did roll with fear. So I think the I'm going to go ahead and just say that the buzzing gets louder, but then I'm also going to spend a few fear to have these remaining fish come in and attack too. So let's go ahead and do enough that all of these guys are coming in to attack. So 2 against Basilios. That's a 7 and a 14.
14 will, I believe, hit me. Yes.
Okay. That's going to do a mere 2 points of damage to you. Although the interesting thing about the thresholds in this game is that, just 1 or 2 damage seems like nothing, except it still counts as a single hit point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And then 1 against Sue there. That actually should be a 9, not an 8, but I think it still probably misses. Yeah. And then 1 more against Clem Jr., which is a -1. So, yeah.
Is that even a possible evasion to
And
have?
slippery.
Nope.
You could be standing there naked and saying, "Bring it," and it would be a higher
misses.
evasion than -1. So it is once again the party's spotlight.
I will shoot at the one that's nearest to me, because that worked out last time.
Yeah, that's been working for you.
Yeah. 25 with fear.
All right. Nice.
Okay. And damage, 9 damage.
All right. 9 is only enough to do 2 hit points worth, and so it's not completely destroyed.
Dang.
It does only have
And
1
it's
hit
fear.
point left, but yeah. So I think this loud droning sound that you have heard, I think those of you who might be like looking for whatever this is to arrive will spot something where you say, "Oh wait, didn't we fight a flicker fly before?"
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And then you remember that what you fought was a juvenile flicker fly.
Yeah.
Oh boo.
They get bigger.
No.
So, yeah. let me go ahead and introduce you to the real fight.
The real fight. Oh, GM, we're in for it now.
This was just a prelude.
This is to warm us up.
No,
after
this was
something we
the
started.
appetizer. Oh my God.
Is it really that large?
Yes.
Oh, bleepity bleep bleep bleep.
Now, obviously, it's flying, and it is this shape is reflecting its sort of overall sphere of influence, as opposed to, but like its actual physical body is like the drawing in the circle, right? So the circle represents like the wingspan and tail length, but its body is within that. So, but yes, real big, much bigger than the previous ones.
Now we're talking. This is something weird.
Yeah. So with this arrival, I think what it does first is just like it comes in and it just lands, and I think I'm gonna have it. Let's see, very close. I'm gonna have it land a little
some
bit
of the dead
more.
fish that's all over the place.
A little bit closer to where you were, but like as it comes in for a landing, looking at this whole, like there's a lot of activity here. This is not kind of its normal type of hunting ground. It's going to spend a fear to do this strange sort of whirling maneuver as it comes in for a landing, creating a whirlwind, which is an attack against all targets within very close range, which I think in this case is going to be just Sue, and I'll say Basilius. I'm going to say that you're within very close range.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's making its attack with this, and it has an interesting passive feature called Never Misses, which technically what it means is when it makes an attack, the target's evasion is halved. So it's rolling 1d20 plus 3, but it only needs to get half of your normal evasion score for it to count as a hit.
So
So
it's going to miss very rarely.
Yeah, and the little bursts of fish within this range are also going to
Disappear.
be included in this. So that first, that was against Sue, and then against Basilios is 15.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. That's going to be 16 physical damage your way, as just like there's almost like a tornado has briefly touched down here. It's just like the wind, the water, there's debris flying through the air, and you're just like really just like caught up in the wind and like jerked around. But yeah, I think these two.
Is that damage for both of us?
The one that's near you, Basilios, that closest one is taking 3, so it's now at 2 because that was the one that wasn't hurt before. The one that's by Sue there is destroyed.
No, but we also 16.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to try to reduce that. Let's see. I'm going to use that is not severe damage. That's major damage. I'm going to use my rune ward to try to reduce that.
That is severe for me.
You
So I would reduced it by 2 to 11, and so that makes it only minor. Okay.
And Sue, you see this thing come down, and you see it do this maneuver, and you're like, "Holy cow!" As this wave of debris comes. And all of a sudden, you see Clem in front of you, and he's taking the brunt of it on his shell. And he's like, "Don't worry, it's a bit balmy out here, but it's fine." And I'll mark a stress and use I Am Your Shield to take that hit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Because
thank you.
Yes, and now since that will put me a little bit closer to that monster. Is it our spotlight now?
Yes.
I would like to then run up and smack said fly because I can't let it do that again. But I will be trying a forceful push.
Okay.
Yeah, Clem. I. What is your? What is Clem's evasion?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
The
He would.
six.
No, it's a 9, so it would
Yeah.
be
Oh.
it would be I would guess it would be a in half would be a 5,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, or a
Mm.
6, one of the two. But that's a 18 with hope.
And 18 is a success.
Nice. And I would then spend an additional hope to make. Let's see. I'd knock it back to close range on a success with hope. Add a d6 to your damage. Additionally, spend a hope to make it temporarily vulnerable. So that's an additional 1d6 damage, and I made it vulnerable while
You
spending that
said
hope.
the
Wow, okay.
vulnerable.
Knock it my way, and then I can run down and smack it too.
Okay. So, yeah, you hit it in an unexpected way, and it kind of like staggers back on those long, spindly legs.
Yep. And
How much damage was that?
That is 20 points of damage.
20 is
Nice.
just enough to do 2 hit points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So again, looks like, and Clem just goes, looks like it's going to be a slugfest. And I will step up.
However, actually, it also is going to. It has uncanny reflexes, so when it takes damage from an attack within close range, you can mark a stress to take half damage. So it is doing that.
Okay.
Uh,
But Clem will step in to press the attack, but whoever
Okay.
goes next does.
All
All
right.
right.
So
So
I'm
that
going
was
to
a
take
roll
my
with
turn
hope.
now.
Yeah.
And I am moving over here. And I think this is a good time to become unstoppable.
Ooh.
So I'm turning on my unstoppable. My
Unstoppable.
unstoppable die starts at 1. It's a D4.
okay.
And after I take a damage roll that does, whenever I do damage, it increases the unstoppable die. While I'm unstoppable, I reduce the severity of physical damage by 1 threshold. Add the current value of the unstoppable die to damage, and I cannot be made restrained or vulnerable.
Ah.
Oh.
So, and so now I am going to swing my giant saw, also called the falchion.
One quick question.
Suppose-
Clem, did your attack make it vulnerable? Or was that something you said you did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so
So
I
that
add
gives you
advantage.
advantage, Cutter. So that's why I wanted to clarify that.
So that is a 12. I'm going to spend a hope to activate my measure once, cut twice, and make that a 15. Is that enough?
A 15 is not enough. I'm
Okay.
afraid. Yeah. So that
All right.
you still get your hope, but
That is a hope.
unfortunately, yeah, I think that it's
I will. You see, for a second there, you see Clem see that your attack doesn't hold, and he says, "My Master Splinter's beard, guide his aim." And I will add 2 with one of my other prayer dice to your roll. Will that make it a hit?
17?
17 is exactly its difficulty.
All right.
Whoa.
Wow.
2 dice down, guys. I've only got 1 left.
Oh, wow.
All right. My damage roll is 21.
Nice. The reaction. So I guess it's always just it costs stress for it to do it. So it can do it as much as it wants. Oh,
But it
and
has
I
to mark a
also
stress.
I did it wrong subtracting from it, so it should have had 5 still. So it's spending another 1 to have that, and so it's only going to take 1 hit point of damage, but you do still hit it. And I think it's it's just this one of these things where you realize even as you start the swing that it's just got this long neck and long tail and long wings that are just constantly moving, and it's like to even get close enough feels like you don't want to be completely in that sphere, but also like are you going to manage it? But then you just like all of the pieces come together and you just manage to really just clock it down the side of its weird chitinous cheek. as its head swings by. So you
Oh, boy.
resulted in an attack with hope, a success with hope. So party still has the spotlight.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
I'll
We do
go
still
ahead
have some
and
fish banging around.
Mm.
Yes, there are.
I'm going to go ahead and shoot at the flicker fly because that is a big danger.
Mm-hmm.
23 with fear, of
With
Nice.
course.
Okay, 23 is a
Um,
success.
This worth more stress because, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, 20 damage.
Okay. And you are not within close range.
Correct.
And so it cannot do its uncanny reflexes action against you. So it will take 20, which is its
Major
first
threshold.
threshold. So it'll take 2 hit points from that. However, that now puts it back in its spotlight. And I think it's going to begin writhing in a strange hypnotic way, and you watch as the iridescence of its wings starts creating almost like this persistence of vision pattern, like almost like it's somehow making a hologram in the air. It's very hypnotic. It's hard to look at. It is doing a mind dance.
Oh boy.
All targets within close range must make an instinct reaction roll. Difficulty 17.
Oof.
I think that's most of us.
Yep.
Yeah, so it would not include Curia, but several of these others here.
Okay. Crit.
I guess a crit succeeds even though it's not above the the target number.
I got a 20 with
Okay.
hope.
And 12 with fear.
Okay. So it looks
12
like
No
with
fear or
fear.
hope. There's no hope and fear with reflex.
correct. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
right.
it's only whether you're above the number or not, except for crits. So the it looks like. Oh, and Curia didn't roll because out of range.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sue and Clem, I gain a fear for each of you failing, but also the flickerfly has drawn one of your character's fears from you and knows it now. So tell me what fear of your does your character have that the flickerfly knows now?
My siblings all being dead.
Oh.
That Clem will lose another companion. Clem has lost 2
Oh, no.
companions on this journey.
Oh, no. That's
Okay.
That's not an unreasonable fear.
Yeah. Also, the flickerfly has a relentless feature, which means that it can be spotlighted up to 4 times per GM turn. I do have to spend the fear for each one, but I
you've
don't
got
have
this
to give
fear.
the spotlight back yet.
Yeah.
Ouch. So now, after it does this dance, it is taking an action. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I didn't do this right. So, I'll just start it now as though I would have done it then. It should have started the first time it took damage. But I've got this D6 countdown. It's currently at 6. And that is something that it will be able to do when the countdown is complete. Yeah. So, but what it's also going to do is it's going to just straight up wing slash at Cutter.
Okay.
And so that's yeah. So
That'll
that's
hit,
a
especially-
that's a 13, but against half.
Especially-
Yeah.
Yeah, half my evasion, so yeah, that hits.
Type properly. Whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
That is severe damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to activate my Get Back Up ability to mark a stress to reduce that to major.
Okay. For those just listening, that was in fact 29 physical damage.
3d20s for
God.
damage?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I'm going to mark an armor slot and 1 hit point. And I will also mark 2 stress to use my vengeance ability and force hit to mark a hit point.
Nice.
That works.
Okay. Let's see.
But if anybody has an ability that will recover stress, it would be good.
Not me.
And so it is going to also do a wing slash against Clem. And so this is 3 actions so far that I'll spend the fear for here in a moment.
Okay.
So that's a 20 against half your evasion, Clem. So I think it hits.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, and then that's going to be 42 physical damage.
Oh my
Holy
God. This thing gets like a truck.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hold you guys. That was severe damage on Clem. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. Clem, his threshold is 29. That almost that was very close. That was actually on its way to double damage. Double. My God.
Holy
So
crow.
with that, yeah, that I've got the armor for that, but yeah, I'll take those 3 hits. I'll take that. Ouch.
Okay. All right, and so I've used my last of the 4 to lower its d6 countdown by 1. So and then I spent 3 fear to the starting one and then 3 more. For
Okay,
the
so it's back to us.
yes, back to you.
Crow.
Sue,
That's some lightning.
I
Ow.
would like to
Don't
I
get
would
close
like
to this thing unless you're as tough as us.
I'd like to do a team up with you.
All right.
Mhm.
I'd like you to rain the braids, and I will electrify them, and together maybe we will
I
actually do
don't
some
have
damage
enough
to them.
hope.
Oh no, I spend the hope for the team up.
Okay.
Yeah, either one
I-
of you can spend it. If one of you has 3, then you can.
Right, I have the hope. I spend the 3 hope. You rain the blades. I do lightning breath, and maybe we can actually hurt this thing. Deal?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
a
gonna
12
get
with
that
fear
one.
is not going to
Both
get
get to
you there.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hope die won it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and now I gotta do. I'm going to choose the action and do this.
18 with
18.
hope.
With
Yeah.
hope.
With hope.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Nice.
Uh,
So spend your hope, and then both of you roll your damage.
My damage for this sucks, but maybe together we can do something.
All right. So sneak attack is off for the moment.
Okay.
So we
So
only got
8 and
22.
14, but that's enough to get to its moderate damage threshold. And I think that even though both of you might individually be within the range that it could do the reflex for, I'm going to say that it can't because of the tag team.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another 2 hit points of damage to it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
party still has the spotlight. It's taken some damage. You've been hurting it.
yeah.
Clem will call out to Cutter, "Get over here," and we'll take another swing at the another forceful push at the oh crap, I forgot. Yeah. Never mind. Forceful push at the critter. Let's see here. Yeah. So here we go. Hopefully this is with hope again.
All right.
Oh.
Well, it was with hope.
It is
but,
with
hope. It was with
But a
hope.
9 is not a
Nope.
success, unfortunately. So
No,
go ahead and take your hope, though.
I'll take that.
Yeah. So I think back to our Flickerfly's turn here. It does look kind of agitated here. It's going to use 1 to do another mind dance. It's going to, I think, shift over a little bit like this to get. Well, let's see. No, you know what? I guess it stays where it is. It's yeah, it's going to do one to get another mind dance, spending a stress to do that. So that's another instinct reaction roll from Basilios and Sue and Cutter and Clem.
Just a 13 for me.
All right.
Okay, for another instinct. Oh boy,
15.
not good at those. 11.
Oh,
Nope,
no.
nope. 17 is what you needed.
Okay,
So
so I
that's
failed.
four failures. So that's four fear for me.
Reaction roll?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
you
'cause we
you were
failed.
you were out
That's
of
part
range.
of the ability.
It's because we failed. Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
we failed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, that's its trait is that
Yeah.
if you failed, then it gains a fear. So for
Yep.
whoever, I think it's just the fear that it pulled from the people who did that already is probably the same. But for Cutter and I guess Basilios, what fear does it pull out of your mind?
Cutter fears being disenchanted back to his original form.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Basilius fears losing his magic and being unable to save his friends in a dangerous situation.
Scary. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It meant
So,
me.
oh, you know what? I think we had, I had sort of just acted as though I had already cleared the vulnerable, before. I never like marked it, and I don't think we've been doing it since, but it could have done it with just any clear, but I'll
Spend the fear now.
I'll remove a fear now. Um, um, and so that's just one of its four for this kind of go around. I think that it's going to do, yeah, it's going to do another attack each on Cutter and Clem, who are the ones that are kind of like right there.
Well, that's why we're right there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why we're here.
So 17 against Cutter,
That'll hit.
and that'll be 42 for you.
Oh, God.
That's severe. I will mark an armor slot and 2 hit points.
Okay. And that's a 19 against you, Clem,
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
for another 22.
Okay. That's not too bad. I will mark an armor slot for that to take that down to minor.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll use the last of its fear for this round to count down the this little d6
counter.
again. Yeah. So that was spending another 3 fear, back to 6. Okay.
All right. Anybody else got something they're doing?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the reason, because Clem said get over here, and and so Cutter stalks along the edge of the edge of there, going, who do you think you are, summoning me like that? And he's going to take another whack at the.
Okay. Go ahead and make an agility roll for moving through the swamp.
Okay. That's a 10 with book.
Okay, that's a success. So you can keep can keep the hope, and you're not otherwise impeded in your movement.
Okay.
So you can go ahead. That's just on top of your action. So
yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And that is a 17 with fear.
Yeah. So it is a hit. It is a success.
Okay. That is 18 damage.
Okay, 18.
Which
18 is going to do 1 hit point.
So how bad is your stress, Nobil?
I have 1 left.
Gotcha.
So if that goes away, I will be vulnerable permanently. So
Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and lower that D6 counter. I'm going to do that twice because I would like to be able to do the thing that happens when it finishes.
Oh no.
So that was, I think, I mean, the two that are closest to it. This thing is big, but it's not necessarily like smart tactical in the sense of
No,
it's
yeah,
going to
yeah, yeah.
continue to attack the things that are most
oh
directly in
yeah,
front of it.
Yeah,
So
no, the tanks are doing their job.
yeah.
yep,
All right. So one more against Cutter. That's a 19 against
that
invasion.
hits.
It's going to be 28 damage.
Okay,
boy.
that is just barely severe. So I'm going to take an armor slot and 2 hit points. I
Okay.
am down to 2 hit points.
Oh,
Cutter is looking really banged up.
Mhm.
His enamel outer shell is just cracked, and pieces have been flying off of him, and he's kind of staggering around at this point.
Mhm.
But
More
he's
than
but
usual.
yeah,
more than
but
usual.
he is in no way demoralized. He's like, I'll cut you into from one end to the other.
All right. So that's a 22 against you, Clem,
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
for 25 damage.
All right. Alrighty, I'll mark another armor slot, so that'll take 1 hit point. Alrighty. Whew.
Okay, and I believe that was it's 3 fear that it was so it's
All right.
the starting one and then the 3 extra.
Yeah.
Okay. Clem will then move over a little bit closer to our foul here
Mhm.
and take another swing at this big old flutterfly. Hey, come on with hope. Ah, that's a 25 to hit though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
25
we're-
with fear.
With fear, sadly.
I don't see the dice. Kind of like we had the problem with Lee. I don't see
Yeah.
Jason's
They're
dice.
on the
It's-
right hand side. Just
Yeah.
pull the
It's
pull
fine.
the tab out a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But no, damage. Here we go.
It is weird. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but
21 points of damage, and you'll see
Okay.
when Clem hits it, there's a spark a little bit, and he'll say, "It's all right. We've still got this." And he will use his sparing touch, once per long rest, touch a creature and clear 2 hit points or 2 stress from them. So I will mark. I'll do the 2
well,
hit points.
before you do that, make an agility roll for me for how
Okay.
far you're trying to move in the water.
Let's do it. 17.
Not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah. I am going to take the next fear, but you are able to get to him without difficulty otherwise.
Yeah, take 2 hit points. Chop,
All right.
cutter.
Great. It did use its uncanny reflexes again to half that damage and only take 1 hit point. It is starting to get low on stress, and you certainly have been hurting it as well. And so I think on this turn, you're all able to kind of see, like, it's very clear that this thing was not remotely expecting this level of resistance. If the theories that you've been hearing are likely correct, it was following the smell of those fish. And so it landed here ready to just scare off anything else that might be competition for the fish, and was not prepared for this level of actual combat. And so you watch, though, before it retreats. I'm going to go ahead and spend the fear necessary to complete the countdown of this D6.
Oh, great.
I'll just delete it because it's done now. But you watch as it is sort of reeling back and looking around, and it has sort of. It's hard to imagine that it's processing things tactically in quite the way that a humanoid would, but it does have some sort of an insectile cunning, and it sort of heaves a breath the wings start to flicker in that iridescent hypnotic way again, and then it spins, exhaling dramatically in all directions, and it's breathing out this cloud of gas
dear.
that shimmers in the air like oil slick, and all targets up to far range must make an instinct reaction roll.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sheesh.
And if you are a character who has lost a fear to it, you have
Yes.
disadvantage on the roll.
Oh,
17
9.
17 is
or 18, I should say.
yeah, so 17 is what you needed. Oh, but 18 would be even better.
six-
So it looks like everyone else
So wait.
failed though.
So what do you need? You said 18 or 17?
17 is what you needed.
yeah. If I hadn't lost,
I will
before,
use
I'd
my
made it.
last prayer dice
Okay.
and pass the save.
All right.
I'm out now.
Okay.
What
So
else with hope?
if you failed the save, you're going to lose 2 hope
Whew.
and take some direct magic damage, 9 magic damage.
Okay.
But then the creature is flying away. It has while flying, it can move up to far range instead of close range before taking an action. It's basically able to get to far range with this move. So if you wanted, you could try to press the attack, but it does seem to be retreating.
And don't come back. And
I'm gonna go ahead and try just one last parting shot.
Okay.
Mm.
Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh,
Dang,
Well,
that's low.
Okay.
I think that kind of ends.
Go ahead and take your hope, but yeah.
hey, I finally had to 3 hope. Wow. Oh.
All right. So, I think as it flies away, there is a cheer that erupts amongst all of the ribbits that had been in the area. And then briefly thereafter, there's a recognition. Oh wait, there's still some more fish. And they ate more of the food in the meantime.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're not quite all the way done, but I think nonetheless the rest is kind of mop up, and so we can we can play through the rules if you want, or we could just sort of say that you finish.
That's
Oh
not,
no,
yeah.
I'm
That's
sure we
just-
squash said fishies.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to spend another few minutes sort of like taking out the remainder, and this is being done with like now that they've been thinned out dramatically. All of the other ribbits are helping as well, and then using nets to kind of like scoop all of these out, and you can see that they are preparing like a bonfire to try to burn them.
Mhm.
And so I think at this point though, there's just enormous you're getting a lot of they're all busy, like they still have important timely stuff that has to happen, but you're getting lots of big smiles and like pats on the back and big froggy thumbs up from them as they pass. And so I think eventually like Dusty and Reega make their way back over. I just say is like, that was more exciting than we expected our arrival to be, I suppose. I don't know. I don't need to speak for Dusty. But the point is, I think what they explain is that in a way that is somewhat familiar to the party by now, this tunnel that they've now tried to barricade just kind of like crumbled out of the wall. And all of a sudden, these fish just started pouring out of it. And now they're sort of trying to inventory, and it looks like they maintain all of these food supplies for when there is a need to hibernate. and they've been getting the dreams suggesting that there may be a need soon. And I don't know. We can kind of play this out as whatever questions you might have. But since there's translation involved, we can kind of just elide the fact that there would be some back and forth in that conversation.
Yeah.
But if you have questions about stuff, I can answer them via Reega answering your questions, but without leading, we don't have to deal with the translation part. You know what I mean?
Trevor
So
is absolutely accepting all this as a conquering hero. He's like, that's right, that's right.
curious, just kind
throw
of
flowers, throw money, that's
staggering
fine.
close.
Hey,
Hey, guys,
hey,
everybody. Anyone who's hurt, come within close range.
Gladly.
Yeah.
sure.
That was
Okay.
rough.
Any civilians, have them come.
Okay. Yeah, I
pack
think
as many
there
people in as
definitely are
possible.
some. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and spend 2 hope and do everybody within close range sees that beneath them flowers just burst out, and just like tendrils and ferns and such, and just all sorts of plants come out and gently touch them, and everybody gains 2 hit points.
Nice.
Or
Oh,
clears 2 hit points.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
What you said? You said 2?
Yes.
Okay. So back above half my hit points.
Well, you can go ahead and also either clear 3 stress or a hit point. I can
Me?
use Nobilis. I can use my second wind.
Okay, I will clear 3
Okay.
stress.
Yeah, because curious at 5 out of 7.
All right.
Hold on. I think. Let me see here.
But if hopefully we won't be doing too much in that way. Like no raves this time.
Well, I don't know. It depends on what you get up to before you decide to take a long rest, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, trust
Kyria
me.
will actively avoid raves this time.
Blim wants to see if we can cook some of this stinky fish.
Well, so I think that, Reega and Dusty, now that things have calmed a little bit, they bring you into kind of one of the larger sort of, huts here and introduce you to a couple of the town VIPs. You get to meet Reeve Rana, who Dusty and Reega kind of like talk back and forth for a few sentences, trying to figure out how to like translate that, and they say it's like maybe closest to like mayor, but it's it's like they feel like that's yes, yeah. So Reeve is the title. It's kind of like a mayor. It's the complications are not worth getting into. That's kind of how they feel about it.
Sounds about right.
So she's got like orange skin. She's kind of bigger than most of the other ribbits. She's got like elaborate necklaces made from like stones and shells and wooden beads. And lots of others ribbits have similar necklaces, but hers are like very elaborate. Like there's just lots of different kinds of materials on them.
So the more fancy the ornamentation, the higher rank someone is likely?
I mean, you could ask about that, but that would maybe be your first impression anyway.
Yeah.
She also has what I think players would recognize as like a sheriff's badge. Like it's one of the only bits of metal that you've seen in the village here, but it's fashioned into a little star that she wears like on her.
Must be very proud.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there is also just associated with her, there is a little like a kid ribbit who's like maybe about 2.5 feet tall with purple skin, standing behind Reeve Rana and peeking out at you shyly, but like does not seem to be brave enough to approach, but is certainly watching. You are also introduced to Crocus, who you are told is the village ecologist, but also Reega's aunt.
Okay.
She also has green skin like Reega does. And then they also introduce you to Hoppa, who is the town chef. And was just explaining, like, it's like Dusty says, yeah, Rico's been telling him all about some of the really strange meals that you've been making, and he really is excited to pick your brains and exchange notes and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, Carrie will go to Rivrana and say it's like Reega here has been a wonderful companion to all of us and has guided us through many dangers. You should be very proud.
yeah, so once again, just with a reminder that all of this would be
This is
going through translation, but I'll
translation.
just kind
Yeah,
of play
Yeah.
it as though that's
Yeah.
happening, right?
Yep.
Subtitle version, right? So Rivrana basically says, yes, we are enormously glad to see Reega return. It was such a, potentially dangerous mission to go as far afield in the Plover Caves as she did. We worried that she may not ever return, but then for her to return at such a moment of crisis with help is just a tremendous blessing.
It's our honor to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, you guys were completely fucked without us.
I will not eye roll much.
I mean, Kyrie just does a full face palm.
I think Reeve Rana is certainly says, well, there's no question that you have saved our village from much destruction that we would have suffered otherwise. I'm afraid we are not out of danger entirely yet.
Yeah,
And
because
Yeah,
then,
that
Crocus
tunnel.
just says, not merely the tunnel, which has exposed our ecosystem to invasive species that normally wouldn't ever be in these waters, but also they've eaten a great deal of our food supply. If as our dreams have foretold, we do have cold weather coming, we do not have enough food to survive. I'm told that you all do not necessarily experience hibernation the way we do. It's not quite constant sleep as you might expect. We do still require food and the ability to breathe and such, and so we need stores to prepare a safe place for this to happen.
So it sounds like we're going on a hunting slash foraging trip because they're gonna need more food.
Right. But also,
Yeah.
remember, guys, we still have those portal seeds. So if we plant one here and then get back to the surface and plant one in town, then if, say, invasive species happens, they'll have an escape plan to the surface.
That is a good idea. We'd have to get back up to the surface to
But I mean,
get them, but
eventually, yes.
Hmm.
But
Ooh.
this might be a good place if the good people of this village would allow for that portal.
Yeah.
When I anchor the portal.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised if we
if
follow this tunnel that opened up, if we might find our way closer to the surface.
Oh
After we
no,
bust
that's
some
not.
heads.
You're dreaming. That tunnel leads to those patchwork night guys.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, exactly.
Mark my words. So it's not. It's going down. It's not going up.
Well, I meant
yeah,
after we kick their tails, we'd then find a way to the surface from there. But yes,
Right.
you are correct. We do have to deal with the patchwork
um,
knights first.
the portal seeds, are they like just a one-time use kind of thing?
I mean, I think, yeah, you plant one
Yeah,
seed,
you
it
plant
makes
it, yeah.
one portal, and then you don't have that seed anymore.
But I mean, it's a pearl that you gets planted, it opens, and then goes
Yeah, it
away.
stays, yeah.
Well, it could be destroyed, but it doesn't. It's not otherwise temporary.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
as
to
long as I
refresh
water
everyone's
it.
memory, this magic item says you can plant this seed in the ground to grow a portal in that spot. The portal is ready to use in 24 hours. You can use this portal to travel to any other location where you planted a portal seed. A portal can be destroyed by dealing any amount of magic damage to it, but otherwise it stays.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 3 seats, so
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 this
practically
is
speaking, one here, one if we need an escape, and one for the surface.
I mean, if we need an escape, it's gonna take 24 hours to do at minimum.
Well, no, I mean in like a siege situation or something like that.
Ah,
Or we've gone, we've gone past something that we can't get back through, like a long fall or something like that.
Yeah, we also
Okay.
could once we set it up here, we could also maybe at some point find more and set one up at the fungal village so we can see our fungus friends again.
Yes, the
Although I will
Valkyrie Falls.
say that probably more pressing at the moment is making sure that there's enough food for the hibernation cycle.
Oh yes, that's our
Yes.
next
Right.
that's our next
Yeah.
major action for sure.
Papa indicates to you that unfortunately all of these little red fish are quite toxic.
Uh,
Oh,
And if there is a way to make them edible, he's not found it. And I think that this is translated for you, but you get the gist anyway because there's a lot of drawn out, dramatic, like gagging noises and
Yeah.
like they don't have a traditional nose, but they kind of are holding the place in general and just really kind of making
have,
it clear like
uh,
these are bad fish, and that's why in fact that the village is preparing to like gather all of the bodies of them and literally just burn them in a bonfire because it's
have
big.
uh, have you attempted to uh I know like up on the surface they've used I've seen people use fish to like you plant them, you dig a hole in the ground, put the fish in the bottom, and then put a plant on top of it.
Hmm.
And as the fish rots, it feeds the plant. So is that something you've
Crocus
considered?
is actually gets really excited when you say that and says, that's a fascinating idea. I suspect that it would work. Um, in general, I'm I'm a little worried that if the fish are toxic to eat, that they might leach some of that substance into whatever we
True.
grew with it. But it's a very exciting prospect nonetheless. I think, unfortunately, in the short term, I think you saw already what the smell
Yeah.
attracted. So we really can't leave them
Yeah.
around the village
Yeah.
in the numbers that they are.
Well,
Maybe we could keep
that's
a
a
few to experiment with, though.
yeah, that would be a good idea. Okay. Well,
She
hey,
she she
Although,
is she's definitely seems really impressed with the suggestion though.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
well
just
done.
right now more pressing is like, all right, so what type of food stuff do you need and how do we get it?
So Riga explains to them that like you all recognize like she's been eating the feasts that you've been making. It's like
Yeah.
so they're omnivorous in the same way that the rest of you are. So they can survive on a lot of stuff. It does sound like most of what they eat here are the local native fish and other like plants and fungus. So that is what they would typically eat, but certainly hunted game is something that they could eat.
Right, but and
Okay.
we're also looking at stuff that can be preserved for at least a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah.
too.
They show you that they actually have a really impressive um, knowledge base for preserving things. They show you that they've got a lot of the swamp has a lot of natural preservatives in various parts of it for both salting things and otherwise preserving things.
I
And
mean, we're not far from the salt times.
it's true.
Mhm.
And also the I could put you all back on the map if you wanted to look at that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's a bit like if you've ever heard of bog mummies.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And bog butter.
Yeah. So basically, they have ways to prepare things that keeps it from rotting just by keeping it like abiotic, essentially. And other sort of chemical preservatives. So there's all sorts of different food that they can preserve. And it's not like it would last for years and years, but it would last, for a few months.
Okay, so we'll do some.
Papa shows you these. He's got lots of like smoking racks and this like this weird sort of alchemist's lab looking place that's all sorts of ways that they can brine and pickle and other sorts of food preservation methods. And he seems very pleased to show all this stuff off.
He should be. Anyway, it's
Right.
so. Food is the main thing, I guess, and then we just.
And yeah, so I think Reeve Rana just emphasizes is you've already helped our village so much. There's nothing else that we could comfortably ask of you, but if you would be willing to help us to replenish our food supplies, we would do everything we can to support your mission. Beyond that, you would have a forever home in our village.
Yeah, so let's go looking for.
Let's go hunt.
The quest for food, the agony of the hunt, the strategy of the kill.
And everybody just sets right out on this hunting expedition right away without resting.
I mean, it's like
we should at least rest overnight.
No. Yeah, a little bit.
No.
No, see, but we're all hungry now.
Well, we have food on ourselves for ourselves, so we're good and such for like the night and to go out when we're a bit rested and fresh and stuff.
That would be very nice to do if possible.
And we've got their chef right here, so we can perhaps
show him what we do.
Show him what we do.
Okay.
And he shows us what he does and learn from each other, because food is an interactive activity like that.
Sure. Well, and just learning what sorts of things, from them, like what sorts of things might be in the area that would be good for all of this. So here's just a quick question: is we are close to 9:00. Would you want to try to make a feast and then do a rest now before we finish?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Let me put y'all on the make a feast page.
What do I have?
And I am throwing in a spark splat, which is 3 weird.
Okay. So, what I will also just say is that you unfortunately don't get much from this last fight because, as mentioned, the fish were toxic and the other thing flew away. So.
Flew away. Yep.
Yeah.
I only have one salty. That's my last thing. I have nothing else left.
One of the things they do mention is that you did sort of wound that creature, and although if you give it too long, it'll recover. But certainly, not only could it potentially provide some food in and of itself, but also just the worry is that now that it knows this place is here, it might come back.
Right.
That'll be our first. That'll be our first thing to track down.
Yeah.
All right. So Spark Splat in there with 3 weird.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Got lake brine kelp, 1 salty.
1 salty. Okay.
I have a 1 salty fungal bloom.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Got a salty and weird flavor profile so far.
I have one salty and one sweet. And
Is one of each, or is it a
one of
thing that has
each.
both?
All right.
Okay.
Well, what are you putting in?
Um, I'll put the salty moss in so to kind of concentrate the rolls.
So it looks like we're gonna have salted spark splats.
Mm. Well,
Huh.
it's like vegetables,
Depending-
right? Because the spark splat's
Yeah.
like a sauce, right? Like it's goop.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you've got your what kelp and what was
Moss
the other
and
moss? Yeah.
Yeah.
well, and
So-
I've also got some. I've got one last thing of where is it? Yes, acid, slime acid,
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
What is
which
that? What
was
is that? Is that sour?
too sour.
Okay.
Too sour.
Want to put that in
Okay.
as well? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So sour, salty, weird is the flavor profile in case, so you keep
Yeah.
track of which flavor profiles so that you can potentially get bonuses to them if you ever make the same one
Right.
twice.
So you said it was. So it was
Which is harder to do than it comes to
So
it
there's
seems.
3 weird.
3
Well,
salt.
so for the
No.
profile, it just matters what the different combinations are. It doesn't matter how
Okay.
many
So
of
it's
each.
just
It doesn't have to be the
weird-
exact same formula. Just,
Weird, sour, salty is
Yeah.
all that goes into the profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this first roll. I'm trying to remember it. Oh no, it was the one special ingredient that you added last time that was the thing that lets you like roll the
Have an
last
extra
die.
die or
instead.
whatever.
Yeah. All right. So I'm
Yeah.
rolling all of them. Looks like you got a pair of ones,
One-
which
Yeah.
Got
Take
3
out
ones.
the
Yeah.
the D6 and the D10 one,
Okay.
just because I think that's
Mhm.
that's the I mean,
Yep.
it's risky, but
All right. Do, 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 do. Okay. No matches on that go on that roll.
let's take out one of the D20s, I think.
Okay.
Right there.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, Matt.
All right.
There you
Got
go.
one.
There
Yay.
you go. 5s. And then this is over here. Great. That's good. It would have been a bummer to have put on all that stuff and only have one.
Yeah.
I guess that's how it
yeah.
goes sometimes. You try experimental things. You put a lot of spark splat in there. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
Too much spark splat.
little goes a long way. Oh, look, there's another
and
pair of
one
ones.
more.
Yep.
Yep, there we go.
All right, so 7 is the
7.
result.
7.
Okay.
You have 7 points that you can assign to, recovering hit points or stress, or I think
Okay.
it's just those 2, right?
It's a long rest.
Yes.
I would assume
It's for any. It's for
Okay.
well, I mean, I think it's going to be a short rest because we want to go after that flicker fly before it has a chance to heal up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point.
But as a clank, when I take a short rest, I can choose a long rest move for my second move. So I'm going to clear all my armor slots.
All right. So I guess you tell me if you're making it a short rest, and just everyone make your moves accordingly.
I mean, I'm fine either way, but I'm.
It's a good point. If you take a longer rest, it will have recovered more.
Right.
It will be harder to trail it. You know what I mean?
I'm willing to risk the short rest and go
Yeah.
after it.
Yeah.
What does prepare do?
Gives you hope.
Yeah, it gives you hope.
Ah,
1 hope if you do it alone. 2 hope if you do it with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm clearing armor, so.
yeah. Does anybody else want have a move to prepare?
I'm gonna repair my armor, and that would get me back up to normal. But I'll have no hope, but I'll
Okay.
live it.
I'm going to heal a hit point and prepare a hope because
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, well then
so
you've got two people preparing
Yeah.
hope.
So, what does it
yeah.
look like when Curia and Sue prepare to gain hope? What's that mean? What's that look like?
I
um,
I think it'd be like, uh, get together and kind of talk about what's happened and be like, you know, um, curious instinct is to just kind of talk strategy a bit.
yeah, like okay, what particularly if we're going after that flicker fly, would um we're definitely short on range stuff other than like
Yeah,
my spell
and my
um
bow and
and your bow.
um,
Maybe
perhaps,
like maybe we should see
yeah,
if there might be an extra
try
bow or
and
something like that around so that someone
try,
else can
yeah,
at least try taking pot shots. Although, yeah, but basically start discussing
yeah,
strategy and
yeah.
such.
Stuff about setting up possible sneak attacks for Sue
Yeah.
because that
Hmm.
that'll get
Yeah.
lots of
Yeah.
help.
And
Well, and
and
just for actual tactics, yeah, the thing to the big factor is that it can fly and it can go very
Yeah,
fast.
yeah,
So,
it's like
yeah,
I can possibly set up a Veil of Night for, but that has a whole bunch of issues, not,
yeah.
Mhm.
and it could just really easily move past it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
But
mobile.
but in general, that's the
yeah.
kind of thing we do.
all right, great. So I think perhaps.
Oh,
Hmm?
um, I the thing with the that dancing light thing it did.
Mm-hmm.
What what did that do? I mean, it looked like
Oh,
it
Oh,
affected you.
because no,
Yeah,
because this is
Curia was
because
not affected, so
Curia
she's
wasn't
asking
in.
Oh,
about
you
it.
know what? You know what? I'm realizing that I didn't actually like because I was so focused on like the damage roll part of it that what I
Mm,
didn't highlight is that everyone who is breathing in the gas had brief hallucinations of whatever they're afraid of.
Mm.
Oh,
So
okay.
I regret now that the coolest part of what it was doing, I ended up kind of just skipping over because I was distracted.
oh man.
Oh,
So,
yep.
Perhaps we could reflect on that a little bit at the start of the next one as you get ready to go into battle with this thing.
Yeah.
Um, but in the meantime, perhaps we are uh, watching as our crew gets ready to embark on a mission of
Hunting
revenge,
that thing.
hunting,
A and
protection, self
B.
defense, defense of the weak, or
protective revenge.
those who. Yeah. So in any case, what will happen when the golden nuggets try to track down this flicker fly? We will have to find out when we return for more adventure on so many levels.
So many
So
levels.
many
Levels.
levels.